illogical. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, what is happening, groovy people, friends of the program? The P&P Familia has gathered on a Monday, on a rainy Monday. I got some rain clouds happening up here in the North Bay. We just had another dude, it was freaking pouring last night up here. All the leaves came down. My driveway is freaking covered in leaves now. Guess who's going to be out there sweeping us up later today? That would be me. Hey, I want to say, hope everybody had a great weekend, first of all. What a glorious Monday this is. Forget about the weather. I'm talking about spiritually glorious. And pre-show post of the day, well, there's a bunch. I want to, first of all, thank all of the PMPers, the PMP Familia, the PMP Army, all of y'all who are gracious enough, Tony, to think of me while watching the Chiefs lose on national TV. That warms my heart. Thank you guys for thinking of me. I saw Aaron Kask say that. I saw Noemi. Hey, every time Mahomes gets sacked, I think about Paulie Mack. Every time the Chiefs lose, I think about Paulie Mack. Thank you guys. My campaign is working. I told you it's working. Defund the Kansas City Chiefs has never been in a better place. So that's one. Thanks to all of you guys. And then Rags gets the other honorable mention pre-show post of the day. Tony, I saw a post from Rags right before when you hit the opener. Rags had a post that just said friends.
Yeah.
That's all it said, just friends. So shout out to
how many of us have them friends?
ones you can depend on.
Before we go any further, let's be friends.
Friends. How many of us have them? I was going to say also shout out.
Polly, I'm definitely not going to do bing, 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 bing.
No, don't do that. Although I do enjoy.
Told you life was going to be this way.
Yeah, come on. That's weak sauce right there, man. That's extra weak sauce.
Joke, you broke. You love life the old way.
Dude, get your claps and get the F out of here. All of y'all. Right, starting with Ross. Put him at the you know what? I bet you Ross from Friends is a Chiefs fan. I bet any amount of money that jackhole roots for the Chiefs.
I gotta say, I gotta give him
Oh,
some
you're not backing Schwimmer.
I'm backing Schwimmer in the OJ miniseries. In the OJ miniseries, he was fantastic.
So you're the guy who watched that, huh? Okay. Well, no, he played Kardashian, right? Didn't he play the lawyer? Yeah.
And many people watch that. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it, dude.
I'm good. I'm good with OJ. I'm good with the juice. I'm all juiced out. I know how it ends.
Fantastic. It's fantastic. It is really well done. That's all I got to say. So
well, I'm too busy right now. I'm too busy watching Billy Crudup. He just kissed Reese Witherspoon the other night. Now my whole world is going crazy. Anyway, all my time is invested in the morning show right now. But also Rags, Friends, how many of us have them? And then, of course, Friends, Led Zeppelin 3. How many of you guys know Led Zeppelin 3 and the track Friends? It's a great one. Anyway, Tony.
Paulie, as we get the show going, can I just throw this out there? And we're going to sing here for a second.
Oh.
I want to Brock. Did we even do verses to that, or was it just I want to Brock?
No. We had verses. Tell him not to play. All I gotta say when you tell Brock to play, say no. By the way, shout out John Lynch. He was a huge endorser of the I Want to Brock track. In fact, John Lynch participated in background vocals for that. When we played it for him on the air, John Lynch was so freaking supportive of me and of the show and of all the songs Tony and I did. But anyway, that was his favorite. He loved I Want to Brock. You know what else he loved? Here's another one. If you guys don't know this, the audience might appreciate this. John Lynch was a huge fan of our Bosa song, which we did for
Bosa.
Yeah, the Kinks Lola. He really liked that. He was saying he wanted to get that played over the PA at Levi's. I don't think he ever got that done, but I know he was a fan. Yeah.
I think it was in the 3-point stance, right? Wasn't that part of the
100%. 100%.
I remember writing that line.
And 3-point stance, he said, Bosa, B-O-S-A, Bosa. Anyway, Tony, how's your head, bro? What a great Sunday. What a great weekend. Lot to get into.
My head is fantastic, Paulie. I watched an incredible Dubs game on Friday. Then I watched them again yesterday. I watched the Niners yesterday. And then I also was going back and forth between watching Bo Nix just put on a clinic in Colorado, in Denver. And then it came to a screeching halt when the Lions lost to the Eagles. We'll talk about that later, about how the Lions
Go ahead.
They got jobbed. They got jobbed.
We all saw it. It was a horrible call. Even your buddy Chris Collinsworth, who Tony likes a lot. I know you're a big fan of Collinsworth, but Cece, he calls him. Tony calls him Cece off the air. Yeah. Even Cece said, dude, that was a horrendous, horrible. And you know what the problem is, dude? We complain about the referees and stuff, but when it costs you the opportunity to win a football game like that, which is going to be a really important game, because those two teams could easily wind up seeing each other again in the playoffs.
Playoff implications on that call, Paul.
All over the place. All over the place. Yeah.
Well, we'll get to it later on. We can get to it later on the show, Paulie.
No.
First of all, can I say this just for Eddie Pinheiro? I just want to play this.
Pelican, play it. Come on, Pelican.
Because I'm worried about his hammy, and that picture of Eddie Pinheiro has been flying around of him in Scarface, and I would just, I mean, at least they have an extra day, and they don't play until Monday night, and as they host Carolina. And by the way, Carolina, I think they're one game behind Tampa Bay now.
I think that what if they won 5 of their last 6, something like that? Carolina's playing good football right now. Don't take them lightly, even if you haven't seen them. Don't take them lightly. They're playing well. Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't know, we were joking around before the show, but I said to Paulie, I said, maybe they just call Moody back from the Bears practice squad.
There was like a really awkward silence. Like during our, I just sat there frozen in terror because Tony and I have a meeting every day before the show. We talk about what we want to do, what we need to do, sponsors, all that kind of stuff. And Tony said that, and I was writing notes down. I didn't say, I just sat there. He goes, yeah, maybe we can get Moody back. I didn't even respond. I waited like 10 seconds, and I'm like, are you serious? Is that a joke?
Too. I thought the pause was so long and you were so stoic. I was like, oh, Paulie, are you okay?
His mic's out. Yeah, he didn't hear me. My mic must be out. Right. No, I heard you. My counter to that was F Moody. We don't want that headache, dude. You bring Moody back, he'd have it's like PSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. He wouldn't be able to kick anything here. He might do okay if he gets back in the Bears and all. But I was going to say, why not call? You know what, dude? Call up Robbie Gold, who's just chilling. That guy was money in the bank, dude. He was Pinheiro before Pinheiro. And I would just say, listen, Robbie, I know you're retired. I need you for 7 weeks. Can you help a brother out? Give me 7, and I'll give you $500,000. I don't know, whatever they have lying around, give them something. And I would feel a lot more comfortable with Robbie Gold. No, the point is, though, Matt Mayoko basically confirmed this last night on the post game, which I was watching with Rod Brooks and Tom Rathman, too. Great to see Rathman on the set. But anyway. Yeah, Brooksy always, just looking handsome as ever. But anyway, Matt Mayoko said, yes, they're going to have to find a new kicker because a hamstring injury, we're going to need Pinheiro, dude. We need him already, but we're going to need him going down the stretch. So get healthy, rest it up. We got to find a part-time kicker to fill the gap, and I'm sure they're working on that right now. I'm sure they're already making. All right.
All right, P, out of the gates, it's business time. I want to get to these supers right out of the gates. Escobar Cheeks the third being a super to start the week off for us. What's up, Escobar Cheeks the third? He says, I hate the if the playoffs started today talk, but as it sits now, KC is out. Hashtag defund the Chiefs. Hashtag smash the like button. Thank you so much. Yes, if you are watching the show, please hit the like button and subscribe at Polymax Particles on YouTube. And yes, hashtag defund the Chiefs, dude. Oh, can we? What? Mahomes, great blitz sack in the fourth quarter. And
hey, Tony, can I just do this every time I can't make a play? I'll just pat my head.
Dude, Mahomes pump faked, so the guy went up in the air to try and get his hands in the air to try and block the pass. When Mahomes pulled it back, the guy just went right on top of him. And by the way, did not touch his head.
By the way, Tony, they are playing football. It's a full contact sport. You're going to get hit at some point. Only Mahomes can't stand when he gets touched. So what does he do? He whines to the officials like a little bee. And here's the thing: if you guys ever know, these are the reasons why I'm so anti Kansas City Chiefs. You know how many times Joe Montana got his head kicked in every Sunday? I didn't see him complain to the referees once. Never. You know what he did? Got up off the field, went back to the huddle, called the play, and kept playing football.
But dude, I feel like Mahomes does it fully aware that it didn't even happen, but just knowing that there's a really good chance that he'll get the late flag.
He got a bogus PI call in the first quarter. Mahomes, but I have so much to say about this. I got to kind of corral my thoughts here. But I would say this: consider this. Every time Mahomes cannot make a play, he looks for the refs to help bail him out. So if you can't make the play, That's football, bro. You failed. You did not convert that first down. Get your ass off the field. Instead of just doing that, I need that as often as possible. I love that image. He always goes to that. He resorts to whining and jumping up and down and patting his head to some phantom call that he wants and he didn't get. But the bottom line is he did not make the play. When the play needed to be made, do not whine to the officials. Get your ass off the field. By the way, Tony, check this out. As if it's not great enough already that the Chiefs are 5-5. They got to play the Colts next week, dude. The 8-2 effing Colts, dude. Throw them let them throw them a beating too. Watch the Chiefs drop under 500. Anyway,
Colts are coming. The Colts will be coming off a bye, correct? They didn't
correct. Oh, and speaking of that, how's that Andy Reid coming off a bye thing? Not so great, huh? And by the way, you know how happy I am, Tony? I took the effing Broncos in the hot and sour picks. Yeah. And I won outright. And by the way, the Broncos were the team getting points in that game. I had 3.5 on top of that. So anyway,
talk about that. Them being a home dog, it was like, wow, this is very interesting, dude. So the good pick, and it was great to see the Broncos winning at home because I feel like that could be a good home field advantage in the playoffs when it's icy cold there. And what's his name, Sean? Come on,
Payton.
Sean Payton. Yeah. I feel like he's coaching his ass off right now, man.
They're doing a great job. One of the great stories of the league this year. I have no feelings for the Broncos whatsoever. By the way, like they just kind of exist. They're there, but I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're just kind of there. But there's no denying the fact that the Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs, take two. The Broncos and the New England Patriots, I think, are the big stories in the AFC, and the Colts too, of course. Respect to the Colts and Daniel Jones, what they've pulled off. But Tony, anyway, how you feel? So we got to get to studs and duds today. We have the best and worst of the weekend. We are definitely going to talk about the Golden State Warriors too. I know it's an NFL Monday and everything, but the Warriors are putting on.
Yes.
What T?
I said we got to talk about the Warriors. That win. You said Wednesday was your favorite win, dude. Friday's win might have been better than Wednesday's win.
It was unbelievable. I hope you guys saw the game Friday night. I watched the entire thing. I went over to Prime, Amazon Prime. The game is on Prime. And Steph Curry put on another show, surpassed his 46-point performance on Wednesday. We'll get into it during Studs and Duds for sure.
And also, can we just, again, we'll get into it, Studs and Duds. Yeah. But the Wemby factor, you just have to tip your cap to Wemby. He's a force of nature, dude. The guy is unbelievable, but I have it in bookmarks. We have to show it. Draymond's box out of the final possession for San Antonio on Friday. Dude, it didn't stand. Wembanyama being 7'5" and still didn't have a chance to get that board. And by the way, Spurs, why wouldn't you just throw the ball up to Wembanyama, who's 7'5" with a wingspan, that could reach the stars, and throw the ball up for grabs and have him put it in the bucket? I don't know. I still don't understand that play call.
I don't know. All I got to say is you just seduced me with that word choice right there. So he can reach up to the stars, dude. Very poetic, dude. Reaching to the stars. Yeah. Shout out Rat, Reach for the Sky. While we're at it, Rat, Reach, underrated record. Don't count it out. You know what's on Reach for the Sky? I think is Way Cool Jr. I think that's on there.
Dude, how about Jeff Tweedy's California Stars? If you know, you know. I like to rest my weary head under a bed of California stars, Paul.
How about the Rolling Stones Star Blanker? Star Blanker. I don't know if you know the track Star Effer. Yeah, it's about groupies.
Yes, it is, Paul. And then it returns to the purple one and back to Baby, I'm a Star.
100%. 100%. Yep. All right, Tony, let's do this. We got to try to corral everything because there is what?
I know. I just like it. Yes, Tony. Okay. Oh, and by the way, before you try to corral,
it's hard to corral, dude. Look at I got multiple Tony notes ahoy today.
Yes,
See this? I got notes all over. I'm trying to corral my notes.
Ahoy too, buddy. Notes ahoy. Yeah. But before we do this, I really want to actually give a local tip of the cap to a dear buddy, Chris Robertson. He actually was on the chat on Friday when you were talking Denver Broncos, and he said, "Hey, can the Bayside Broncos get some love too?"
Oh, yeah,
because they won their Pop Warner championship over the weekend, dude, and they went and took care of business. And Chris is a great dude. I've known him for years, and his dad and my dad are good buds. My dad and his dad call each other Pops. But congrats to the 14U Bayside Broncos for taking care of business. They won the chipper. I have a picture I'll show later in the show, but I just want to get that out of the way too, because we talked about them. They asked for some Broncos love. Denver Broncos did their job. Bayside Broncos did their job. Bring it together for the Broncos, Paulie.
It's great. No, congrats, you guys. Bayside Broncos, rock on. And speaking of rock on, shout out Scarlet Fire, the lovely Bonnie. One of these days, I got to meet Mr. Scarlet Fire, too. I love that Bonnie just calls him, my husband, Mr. Scarlet Fire. Anyway.
And Mr. Scarlet Fire is like buddies with Gary Radnich all of a sudden. She's saying on text message, oh, yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Bonnie. She rolls with the elite. You know what I mean? You got to have a Jaguar to roll with Bonnie. No, I'm kidding, Bonnie. You're the best. But anyway, Bonnie said this phrase. We got to incorporate this. She goes, it's time to rock out with your Brock out.
Nice.
I like that, dude. That should be on somebody's on like a jersey with Brock's number 13 and on the back. Rock out with your Brock out.
I mean, Brock till you drop too. Or Brock of ages also.
Brock. Yes.
And I see follower 795. What's up, follower 795? That person, he or she says, Ola nerds. So I'm just gonna say, in honor of the Ola nerds on the chat from follower 795. Hey, Arizona,
you just got your asses whipped.
Okay, there you go.
Well, Tony and I,
bleep nerds. Sorry.
Tony and I stand united on this one front, and I'm sure you can relate to this, that this show will not continue. This show will not go forward, Tony, until nerd persecution ends. Okay?
Yes, nerd persecution ends, Paulie, and I just got to say this from the Fareed Sports Desk, the Robot Centaur Sports Desk. Hold on.
Yeah.
Eddie Dinero Pinheiro has a grade 1 hamstring strain and will miss some time. So he is going to miss. He's week to week. So that means I'll probably miss at least, let me see what it says exactly.
He's not going to play this week for sure. I would expect him to miss at least 2 weeks. That's my guess.
Yeah, it says a grade 1 hamstring strain, week to week for Kyle Shanahan. He's expected to miss some time, and the Niners will be looking for a kicker to get them through until his return. So, Paulie, we're going to be talking kickers this week. Robbie Gold's maybe it might not be a bad idea. Dude.
I just need you for a little while. It's like a freelance project. You know what I mean? Get his ass off the couch. He's probably been eating potato chips and hanging out. I don't care. Just come on in, kick us a few extra points and field goals, and you go back to your retirement. By the way, I want to shout out, wait, where did she go, man? Who said Judas Priest Brockarola? Who said that? Whoever said that, you got my respect. You got my respect. That was awesome. All right, Tony, other things.
I didn't finish business time, Paulie. I apologize. I didn't finish business time. And because it is business time.
It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. It's all about the ooh. Yeah.
We don't need no stinking badges, aka Greg, one of our good buds. He says, just started my 5-day learn piano crash course.
Okay.
Played Someone Like You as the first song ever. Badly, of course. He says he played it poorly, of course, or badly, of course. But he's a super today. And hey, Greg, stinking badges, good luck, dude. Get in there. I still want to learn piano. I don't know how to play piano, and I still want to learn. I don't know how to read music. So if you can learn to play piano and learn how to read music, more power to you, man.
A lot of the greatest musicians in the world cannot read music, or, that's never stopped anybody. I mean, so badges, keep at it, bro. We need a piano player. We do. We're looking for somebody to play keys with Paulie Mack and friends. And actually, we that's another thing to throw on the pile. We still have to continue to promote our Christmas party. If you missed last week for any reason, great to have you back. If you're new to the show, welcome aboard. We try to have some public get-togethers as often as we can, and we do have our year-end Christmas party. We'll be giving out the PMP awards at this party. We might even play some music. It's coming up on December 5th. There's no charge. Just come on in and hang out, man. Just let's have a great time together. We want to thank you, honestly, for supporting the show all year. All you got to do is bring your handsome self, show up with a good attitude, and we're going to have a great time. That's at Standard Deviant Brewery on December 5th. And again, we'll continue to discuss and promote as we lead up to it, but it's only a few weeks away. So block the date if you can. We would love to see you guys.
December 5th, you said it, Paulie. And Standard Deviant, their brand new brewery in the Dog Patch at Pier 70. They also have their original brewery on 14th Street in the Mission, but they have done really well, and their beer is really good. And so they were able to expand, and they got this beautiful brand new brewery that we're gonna rage in. And it's got a great sidewalk for those who like to go outside on the sidewalk. And I would just ask Greg, Stinking Badges, hey, dude, learn the intro and outro to Home Sweet Home. and then play it for us on the show if you could.
Only because you're mentioning Home Sweet Home. I wouldn't normally bring this to the masses, but I might as well share a little Motley Crue anecdote with you. My weekend started, Tony, I have made the purchase. Okay, I went out and I said, it's time for me to get a hold of this thing. I'm not kidding. I got the brand new Motley Crue, ready, T? Theater of Pain box set, Holmes.
Beautiful.
Box set, yeah. I really want. I have a soft spot in my heart for that record because that's when I saw them for the first time. I was like a junior in high school. I saw them at Madison Square Garden on the Theater of Pain tour. So there's like a live show in there. There's all these demos in there. There's the remastered record. There's a book. Tony, throughout the weekend, dude, you were getting live versions of Keep Your Eye on the Money. You were getting. I'm not kidding. You were getting live versions of City Boy Blues. All of that. So, you mentioned Home Sweet Home. I just had to endorse the Cruise new box set. Hey, Escobar.
Is there a live Louder Than Hell?
100%. Dude, not only is there a live Louder Than Hell, how's this sound, Tony? Louder Than Hell Arrow Tommy Lee drum solo. Okay.
Ooh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. It's all part of it. Hey, we got another super. I think it's Escobar, and I want to give Escobar some love. So let's get him up there.
Escobar Cheeks the Third says at the PMP or at the Pimpin' Ain't Easy Holiday Frolic. Let me start that over again.
Take two. It's all good. Yeah.
At the PMP Pimpin' Ain't Easy presents the 2025 Holiday Frolic. I will bring my congas. Dude.
100%.
Bring them. Dude, that's great. Bring the percussion. That would be fantastic. Seriously. Please bring them.
By the way, we better make sure Standard Deviant Brewing is cool with us setting up amps and like rocking, because I don't know if they're going to be good with this, but if they are, bring all your gear. Tony, I want to handle some bid. Can I get the business jam again, please? Would you mind?
Wow. The extended version or just the intro?
Always the extended. Always extended.
It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Okay, thank you very much, T. I want to give some love to Stellar Design before we dive into the show, because I want to get into this 49er game, and we got to give out our Stud and Dud Awards for this Monday morning. But first, Stellar Design. Dami Peralta, what a weekend this kid had. He flew to, here's the thing. Dom is quietly under the radar. He's a gangster. You know what I mean? He is a gangster of all things art, all things music, all things Bay Area culture. This kid flew out to Vegas over the weekend to watch Kiss kind of reform and do a couple of concerts, one acoustic, one electric. And, dude, I didn't know this, but Rat was on the bill apparently, too. So he saw Rat. Did I see Quiet Riot in there, too? Anyway, he sent all these great pictures. Dom, hope you had a great time. I haven't connected with him yet since he got back. But this is Dom's art studio, Stellar Design. They are the San Francisco Bay Area-based industrial design studio. Tony, shaping the future of product innovation. In fact, we got a big announcement today. Tony, Goha is going to be at Hella Plants Holiday Market in Oakland on December 13th. Once again, Goha is going to be out at Hella Plants Holiday Market. That's over in Oakland on the 13th of December, which is coming up real soon. There you go. Tony, show me your Goha. Yeah, nice.
There you go. It's the plant care. It's really right there. Dom Stellar Design helped design this and help the product launch. This is great.
Rags asked me for. I'm sorry, T.
No, I just saying I keep all the plants in my house clean with these things, and these are washable too. You can take them off and you can wash them. It's great.
Tony, I've gotten really. I'm not kidding. I mean, I never thought I'd say this on the air, but I mean this. I've gotten really attached to my plants. Like I have a relationship with them now. You've been in my kitchen. Yeah.
One of the plants I have was my roommate in college. That I still have.
He's still growing.
Mm-hmm.
God bless. How big is he or she? Whatever.
Tall, probably
God
10
bless.
feet.
Yeah. I play a lot of Miles Davis for my plants. I think they like the Miles and Cole. I'm not even kidding. I play him Coltrane. I talk to him. Anyway, the Goha, and Rags, I'll get you a Goha for your stocking stuffer, but Rags doesn't want to use it for his plants. He has other ideas, but that's a whole other conversation. Back to Stellar Design. They do create award-winning design with meaningful connections between people, product, and brand. Whether you're an individual or an idea or a startup or a 500 company, Stellar Design offers you and yours a partnership to achieve out-of-this-world design. Please visit stellar.design and make design impact. I can tell you this, too, for those of you who have not come face-to-face with Dom Peralta, this is one of the sweetest human beings I've ever met. Having this guy work for you and be on your side is a huge win. It's a huge bonus. We are the very fortunate recipients of Dom's artistic work, and he's done so much for the show, the logos, the posters, the buttons, the coasters. He's done so much for us. And this is what he does with Stellar Design. So stellar.design, or you can just email Dominic. He's an easy guy to talk to. Dominic@stellar.design. One more time, Dominic@stellar.design. And bring your next vision, your next project, your next campaign. Bring it to life with the incredible talents of Don Peralta and Stellar Design. There you go. There's a star child right there. Yep. Paul Stanley of Kiss. Hi, it's Paul Stanley. Look at Kiss up there, Tony. That's where Dom. By the way, nice seats, Dom. Nice seats, nice camera work. Who is this guy? Annie Leibovitz now? Look at how good that picture. That's a great photo right there.
A great shot. Look at Gene in the on the left. Look at Gene and Paul. Paul looks freaking great, by the way.
Like 75 or something. I mean, I think I've been saying this for years. I think if there is such a thing as the fountain of youth, it's music. Staying connected. Why can Mick Jagger still run around the stage? He's 82 years old. He looks like he's 50. Same with Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley, that doesn't look like a 74-year-old guy to me right there. Paul Stanley.
No question. And also he's a very fun follow on social media. He'll give you wine suggestions. He'll make pasta sauce for you live in his kitchen.
Yeah.
He'll give you all kinds of fun content that has nothing to do with Kiss.
He's also into making pizzas, Tony. Maybe he'll sponsor our show. Hi, it's Paul Stanley's Pizza, because he's flipping pies in his kitchen all the time. I see him online doing that on social media.
Absolutely. And he's also a great artist. He has a painting studio, I think either in his house or somewhere near his house, where he will post some of his artwork. It's incredible. So,
wow. Hope you had a great time. Hope you had a great time. Aaron Cass says, no, it's not the music so much. It must be the groupies. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the groupies keeping them young. You might be right. You know what I mean? A little fuel in the gas tank there. Tony, speaking of groupies, we had a lot of 49er groupies in Arizona again yesterday. Another one of these road games that felt like a home game. The Niner fan presence in Arizona. I'm sure some of you are flying back right now or just got back to the Bay. If you're listening to the show or you're with us, check in. Let us know how the vibe was, because it looked amazing, T. 49er fan base has become one of the most dominant in terms of traveling to other cities. It's really a phenomenon. It was not like this even during the Montana years. The amount of fans that are willing to go to other stadiums and just take over, you know.
Dude, Shanahan talked about that at in the postgame about how he's amazed that he doesn't have to use silent counts on the road because the faithful travel so well. Yeah. And also, you want to talk about particles in the crowd in Arizona. Our very own Dr. Matt Young of the Young Dental Group of San Francisco was in the house in Arizona, bringing home a W for the Niners. So we had direct PMP representation in the stands.
And he was on the 50. Talk about gangsters. Matt Young, he's like, I only sit on the 50. He was like right on the 50-yard line. And we'll show all the pictures. He sent a lot of great pictures yesterday. Excuse me, to my phone. But we'll share those tomorrow when we do the Dr. Young spot, because there's a very handsome family too. His wife and kids, all of them, all the Youngs. They're all like a bunch of models. You know,
he's winning. He's winning 100% winning in life. He didn't send this picture though, by the way, Paulie. He didn't send.
Dude, I was thinking about that all weekend, bro. Look at him.
Yeah, guys, come on, man. I'm on the shelf. Come on, find me.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean, we're gonna get into the Niners, but dude, you gotta tip your cap to McVay and the Rams, dude. I mean,
I'm telling you, and if you go back to the beginning of the season, how many of you remember this? I'm sure a lot of you, is that the Rams went into Philly and came this close to beating the Eagles in Philly. So the Rams easily could have another win on top of their, what are they right now? 8-2, 9-2. They're I got to check.
8-2. 8-2.
Yeah. So the Rams are for real. It's time. You got to wrap your head around that. I was kind of resistant to the Rams first 6-7 weeks of the season. Now I see what they're doing. This is a good team. They got defense. They got offense. They got Matt Stafford is playing perhaps some of the best football of his career, which is crazy. That's been around so long.
Dude, he only had 130 yards passing and no TDs yesterday, and they still get out of there with a win. Kyron Williams only had 91 yards rushing. They still get out of there with a win. Sam Darnold with the 4 picks, dude. That was we talked about Sam Darnold, and it was weird. I was reading, like, I didn't see much of the game. I saw highlights and stuff, but it said Sam Darnold first 4 interception game, and I'm like, oh, that's the first 4 interception game, and then it says since 2019. I was like, damn, dude, he's had multiple 4 interception games, dude. I was like,
he's still having a hell of a year, though. Sam Darnold's had a hell of a couple of years. Yeah, Minnesota and now this. I mean, I'm still happy for the guy. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, Tony, should we get into studs and duds? Because a lot of our content today is within that kind of feature. So because we are talking Niners and throughout this whole thing. So why don't you begin, T? If you don't mind, Brock Purdy returns. Niners get the win 41-22. And as we do like to focus on the best and worst of the weekend, studs being the best, obviously duds being the worst. Why don't we? Yeah, there you go. Nice, dude. Why don't you kick it off today, T, and tell me who one of your stud selections would be, if that's cool with you.
Well, it's just I'm gonna go right down Broadway and just be completely obvious and say I got to go Brock Purdy as my stud. 19-26, 3 TDs. What I was most concerned about was his pocket presence and his mobility, and dude, both were spot on. I mean, he looked
great. He looked great. He really did.
He looked like a guy who's been pent up and not allowed to play football for a long time.
And did you see how joyful his teammates were, like Kittle and McCaffrey? You could tell how happy they were to have him back on the field. And Kittle, after the game, said something really interesting. He said it looked like he was about to go on a hunting expedition. Did you guys see Kittle after the game and camo and the hat and stuff? He did. It looked like a guy who should be sitting like in a deer stand somewhere, waiting to pick off a buck. But anyway, he said Brock Purdy is one of the most elite presences in the huddle he's ever experienced in his football career. And that goes college, high school, all the way back. He just said Brock Purdy is a leader in the huddle, and it's totally noticeable. And anyway, my point was, Tony, you could see how happy they were to have him back on the field.
To 100%, Paulie, stand by.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Dude, we would like to welcome SGA Sports Talk channel as a new member of the PMP VIP. SGA Sports Talk channel, welcome. We'd love having you. And thanks for joining the show. This is you're now part of the PMP Familia and the PMP Army. So welcome. And Dom Peralta, our art director, is working on a fun PMP Army poster right now that we can show. And look at that, dude. Look at the picture of his why am I blanking on
logo? Like his
logo, but yeah, his whatever you want to call it. His picture it covers it all. It covers it all. Niners, Giants, Warriors, Sharks. I wonder if there used to be an A's thing in their sports talk channel, but before they, John Fisher pulled his BS. But we don't have to go down that road today, Paulie. But back to my stud, and thank you, SGA Sports Talk channel. But my stud, Brock Purdy, 19-26, 3 TDs, dude, and his passes looked good. He didn't look like he was ailing from anything, and he was playing with confidence. It was great to see him back under center. And this is no disrespect to Mac Jones at all, because Mac Jones did a phenomenal job coming in and going 5-3 as a starter. But we're all about vibes here on the show, right? And we're all about like Neil Donardi's Vibe Tribe at Longbridge Pizza. And
I do like my vibes, Tony. I can feel it immediately, good and bad. I'll tell you what the vibe is the second I walk in the room. I'm not even kidding. It's yeah.
100%. And there is a vibe with him under center with that team. And I'm not saying that there wasn't a vibe with Mac Jones, but it wasn't as, I don't know, it's just different. I don't know how to put it into words. It's just different. But it was just really good to see him back. So he's my first stud. I have a couple honorable mention studs. Actually, I'll do those honorable mention studs right now, Paulie.
Go for it.
Bo Nix, 24 of 37, 297 yards. And dude, he looks very good, man. He looks like he's going to be around for a long time. It looks very good. And he's like playing with, again, confidence, and just so that was a big win for the Denver Bronco franchise and for Bo Nix, right? And they're doing that without their starting running back. J.K. Dobbins is done for the year, so it's like it really exciting. And that kid Franklin, that wide receiver Franklin, I like him too. And then Mims, you got Mims too. So and then of course Cortland Sutton as well. But and shout out the defense too. But Bo Nix leading that team. Look out for the Broncos. The AFC is wide open, dude. I mean, wide open. Like you could say the NFC, I would say like the Eagles and Rams. I hate to say, probably the Eagles and Rams might be the top of the heap right now in the NFC. But the AFC, I don't know. I don't know who you would say is the top of the heap of the AFC right now, because I think
you got the Patriots, you got the Colts, you got the Denver Broncos.
You got the Bills. The Bills just took care of business against the Bucks. Right?
You got the Buffalo Bills. I mean, you're right. No, it's a very interesting year, and I think the same can be said for the NFC too. I mean, I got to be honest. I thought last night the Philly defense was, I mean, Jared, the Lions literally couldn't do anything. There was one of the worst performances I've ever seen from Jared Goff, and I credit the Philly defensive line and their corners. I mean, they were locked in on coverage. The other thing about the Eagles that's interesting is they can't really score. Like the Lions defense did a great job too, and it really sucks that the refs took away the opportunity for the Lions to compete to win that game. That's what the whole country wanted. It was a great game. I love games like that. I love defensive games where nothing is given and every yard is tough and hard earned. And for the referee to make that call on, I can only call it a phantom call. There was hardly any jousting going on. It was just a couple of,
let's get there because you're teasing part of the studs and duds, Paul. You're teasing part of the studs.
Oh, okay. All right, let me pull the plug on that. Go ahead then. Finish your thought. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But also, you're talking about the how great was it? I got a major tip of the cap to the Detroit Lions defense. They stopped the tush push twice.
Yeah, very successful. That was great. I'm glad you brought that up because that's going to kind of be lost in this game because of the Philly win. But you're right. That was the first time, and Detroit stuffed them twice on that same series. It was great.
It was fantastic. I'm wondering if that rattles the Eagles a little bit on the tush push because I think they call that play and I think they just automatically think first down, guaranteed. And all of a sudden, twice, dude, in the same possession, in the same set of downs, twice they got stopped, and that look on Sirianni's face, and he's complaining about everything. I can't stand.
Sirianni, I hate Sirianni. You know what else I noticed about Fat Dom last night for the first time too? Because I wanted to see Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell has never beaten the Sirianni Eagles, which is really unfortunate. He's never beaten them. I think he's like 0-4, maybe even 0-5 against Sirianni. But to your point, check this out, dude. Earlier in the game, Philly tried to tush push, and they had a false start on the offensive side of the ball. And as you said, I thought it was really interesting that when Philly got stuffed, consecutive snaps on the tush push, their initial instinct was to go full Patrick Mahomes and just start complaining to the refs. It's like, what's happening in the NFL where there was no penalty. You guys just didn't convert. You got stopped. Accept it.
Really well played by the Lions. I mean, perfect. And it wasn't a bad call either time. Both times he did not convert a first down. And Paulie, it was so great to see that play because everybody thinks it's invincible, it's unstoppable, and it felt like it was because it didn't feel like football. But to see it stopped, it was like I think every team in the NFL should study those two downs right there and say, okay, what did Detroit do to make this happen? Because it is possible. They just showed it is possible to stop it. But Paulie, also, can we get a grip on, or not you and I, but can coaches get a grip on going for it on fourth down? Dude, Campbell, 5 fourth downs, 0 for 5, dude.
He's been doing that for a long time, though. He's super hyper aggressive. He goes for it on fourth all the time. So that wasn't a big deal to me last night.
Sirianni and Campbell, both of them going for on fourth down. It's like, what message are you sending to your special teams or your defense as well? Like, I don't know. I just felt like I thought it was gotten to the absurd point last night in that game where I'm like, both coaches are going for it on fourth. It's like, come on. I don't know.
I think that Sirianni might have. I think that maybe part of that whole back and forth thing was Sirianni just getting into like a blank measuring contest. If you're going for it on fourth, I'm going for it too, bro. Oh, I forgot. This is what I was going to say. After the game, I wanted to see Dan Campbell shake Sirianni's hand and just see what that exchange was going to be like. I'm always curious about that. If it's like a handshake, a hug, or sometimes guys don't even acknowledge each other. They just run away. But I noticed for the first time ever, and this bummed me out at the end of the night because it was such a great day, Fat Dom, when he's walking Sirianni out there, bro, for the first time I noticed it actually, Tony, he has his stupid name embroidered on the hat. You got to look very carefully. It says Big Dom on his hat. It's like, this guy, I've had it with Fat Dom. I've had it. I don't like seeing him walking around. He gives a bad name to the Philly Paisans, in my opinion. I know everybody loves this guy. I'm not one of those people. I'm not.
How about him? He and Sirianni give just a bad name to Paisans in general. Can we go there?
Yeah. I'll buy that too. Sirianni, throw him on the pile too. That ain't my kind of paisan right there. You know what I mean? I like Tony's kind of paisan. I don't like Sirianni's kind of paisan. All right. Anyway, Tony, finish up your thing because I want to start with my studs too.
Okay, and then my final stud is Moses Moody, dude, dropping
Yeah.
32 points, dropping 8 threes. You know how much I like Moody, and it's great to see him get the time, and great to see him play with confidence. And it's just like if Moses Moody keeps playing like that, of course, not dropping 32 every time, but playing with confidence and not shy to post up or to pull up behind the arc, that would be a huge lift for the Dubs. Who, by the way, Kuminga, I, I it, we'll see. I mean, they're winning these
They look
games.
pretty good without him. Tony, if I may, Tony, can I ask you to? I'm going corporate Pauly on this. My favorite role. Put a pin in that, Tony. Put a pin in that because I'm going to pivot. Okay, I need to pivot to my first stud of the weekend. I'm kind of picking up the baton from Tony because I did not want the Warriors to kind of fall through the cracks on this Monday because they are playing just beautiful basketball, really beautiful basketball right now. Let's go back because they are my studs. The Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, they're my only stud of the day. I know Tony had multiples, but I just want to focus on the Warriors. So go back to Wednesday. They've been having a brutal time on the road this year. They got a big game, and it was a back-to-back. It was the second game of a back-to-back, night one in San Antonio. What happens? Draymond says, nope, I don't want to take the night off. I'm playing. Steph Curry, too, who, don't forget, who was just coming off a bout with the flu. Steph was really sick for a week or so. So he wasn't at 100%, but what does he do? He rolls out there in game one, gives the Warriors 46 points, big win. Then they get the day off Thursday, and you think, well, they got to play San Antonio again. They're likely going to lose this game. How are they going to beat the same team twice, especially with Wemby and all that? Wrong. Friday night I am so glad I took the time to watch that game.
Yeah.
It was on Amazon Prime. It faked me out. I couldn't find it for a while. I'm like, where the hell is the game? I finally went to Prime, and there it was. So how does he answer the 46-point performance, Tony? He drops 49, dude. He drops 40. Oh, I almost cursed. I almost said 40 up and 9. He dropped 40 blank and 9 points in game two. And he's shooting. He sealed the game with his free throws. By the way, ready for this? Steph Curry so far this year shooting 94% from the free throw line. 94%. I mean, I think we just you said this last week, Tony. You have to appreciate Steph Curry. Do it now. Do it now while we still can. Watch these games. Enjoy his performance. To me, he might be the most entertaining athlete I've ever seen. And I don't say that lightly. I've seen Wayne Gretzky. I've seen some of the all-time greats, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana. Something about Steph Curry, when he gets into that mode, the way he can light up a building, it's really, really special. So they get the win Friday, Tony. I know you
pause. Before you go on to Sunday, dude, do you remember the look on Steph's face and his like egging the crowd on, like, give me more before he had to sink those 2 free throws?
He was laughing. He was like laughing.
It was like, and I said this to my son and to a buddy on Friday. I said, I think he's my favorite Bay Area athlete of all time. I really do. Tell me, he's just incredible. And of course, I might not have said that before I became a father, but now I'm like, I like looking at people as role models, and I don't know if there's a better role model out there in professional sports than Steph Curry.
I don't think there is. No, I don't think there is. He is a really, really special human being. And, I can tell you this only because of the job I've had for such a long time. I have gotten to encounter him face to face a few times. It's everything you would hope that it could be. Let me tell you a quick story, actually. This is a quick Steph Curry anecdote to give you an idea of the kind of guy he is. So back in, I think this was 2017, and Steph was always kind of aware of the Murph and Mac show. I know he likes Steph. I hear you call Steph, I See You Ballin', our tribute song. I know he was a fan of that because he told us, but we were out at practice one day. Raymond Ritter was like, guys, come on over here because this is what he said. He goes, I want to introduce you guys to Kevin Durant. So we had just given Kevin Durant a Murph and Mackey for Bay Area Player of the Year. So Raymond was like, yeah, come out to practice. We're going to introduce you to KD. And what we gave him was a Murph and Mack bobblehead. That was the trophy. And he was like, oh, yeah, cool, man. And I talked to KD about Rick James and Tupac and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, that day, I look over to my left, and we're talking to Kate, who, by the way, was cool as hell. KD was he was a really, really cool guy. And I look over 10 feet away, Tony. Steph Curry is on the floor doing some stretching. He's just like stretching out, doing his routines like by himself. No one's messing with him. And I looked over at him, and I just like kind of went like this. I just kind of like nodded and just like gave him a wave. I didn't want to bug him. Dude, he goes like this, sticks his hand up for me to come over and shake his hand while he was stretching. I'm like, who the F does that? Like, the only other guy I would say was like that, even though it was a flash, it was brief, was Tim Lincecum. Another superstar guy with an amazingly cool personality, no BS, no star trips. But Steph Curry, going back to your point of being a role model, he is. He's the exact kind of guy you want to point to and say, kids, watch this guy on and off the court. So just to finish,
it's also, sorry to cut you off. I just want to get this in there real quick. It's like a work ethic thing though, because Steph puts in the work, and
all the great ones do. Jerry Rice running the hill. I mean, all that stuff. The great ones work their asses off. No coincidence.
Yeah, and it's just like I can't get enough of him, and it's like I'm more than ever I'm getting more sentimental about him, because who knows when he's going to decide to just be like, yeah, okay, I'm good, I'm done.
He's 37. He's played 17. I think he wants one more ring badly. Badly. I really do. I think he wants one more. But and they took another step. So let me finish the stud thing here. So
come on.
After the back-to-back wins in San Antonio, and Tony said it, I think one of the other MVPs of those San Antonio games was Draymond Green. The job Draymond did on Wemby, teams should study that. They should study how he would just lean into his upper body. Draymond is so strong that Wemby's not going to like really back him down. He's got to spin and pop a jump shot and stuff. But I thought Draymond did a remarkable job. So they go down to New Orleans last night, and they wrap up the weekend with another road win. They take out the Pelicans. Fly, Pelicans. Can I get one real quick for New Orleans? Can I get a fly Pelicans?
Yeah, absolutely. All day.
Pelican, fly. Come on, Pelican.
Paulie, before you get to Sunday, I want to share the screen and just back up what you're saying about the clinic that Draymond put on in this final play right here. Let's all watch it together. For those that didn't see it, this is the Kings. This is the Spurs with the last possession as the final seconds of Friday's game. And they inbound it, and they're going to pass it to De'Aaron Fox. And
De'Aaron Fox, by the way, also bricked a shot right before this possession. He tried the same horse-ass thing. He tried to go like, hey, I'm going to win this game single-handedly, brick the shot. Warriors get the ball, shoot the free throws. Steph makes the shots. Then they get their last possession. De'Aaron Fox is like, I'm going to do it again. And he missed his shot again. But anyway, Tony, I just wanted to throw that out there. I didn't like De'Aaron Fox. I thought that was kind of selfish of him to try to I know he's a great finisher and stuff, but bro, anyway, I didn't like the look for De'Aaron Fox. I think he should have passed it. I do.
I'm curious why they drew that play up. You have the tallest man or one of the tallest men.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you can see Draymond and Wemby on the side of the screen, on the right side of the screen, right? So watch Draymond on this play. It's just look at Draymond. I mean, look at how far he pushed Wemby away from the hoop on that play.
He's backing him out, and Wemby's got no chance because Draymond is so freaking strong. And Wemby, for all of his positives, and he's a freak, really. He's a freak to watch, but he doesn't have the lower body strength. I mean, he's not going to win that jousting match with Draymond Green. Draymond is a thick, strong dude.
You can see right there, Paulie, Wemby's got like his elbow on the back of Draymond's neck. See that? And the ball
Draymond ain't going to back down. Draymond ain't going to back down from anybody, anywhere, anytime. I remember when Draymond was a rookie, he went up to LeBron James and was like, I'm guarding you. Like he wanted the smoke. So he loves this. Draymond Green's like, yeah, I'll shut Wemby down.
We're talking a foot of height differential, dude. And
it almost looks like he's about to piggyback ride his ass. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Look at it.
It's just an absolute clinic. I'm like, that is just, I mean, you want to show all, like you said, Paulie, all like high school and grade school basketball coaches and college for that matter should show this video to their kids, their players, of how to box out, man. Because that is just, again, the ball's in the air. And Wemby's trying to get position, elbow in the back of Draymond's neck, and Draymond says, I mean, that is just,
yeah, Draymond gets a gold star for sure. If Steph Curry was star one, he was star two. Thank you, Draymond. Phenomenal, phenomenal performance. So anyway, they get the win yesterday, 124-106. Like you said earlier, it was Moses Moody's night, dude. How about this? Moses Moody, Tony, hits 7 threes in the first quarter. In the first freaking quarter, he hit 7 threes. He put on the show last night. Tony and I have always locked in on Moses Moody. We're big fans of that kid. Like the way he plays the game, doesn't pout, doesn't stomp his feet. He's not a me first guy. He's a team guy. He ended the night with 32 points. He did hit another 3 later in the game, so he had 8 threes. And I got to tell you what, man, the Warriors, there is a real good vibe coming off that team right now. Is it a coincidence? I'll leave it at this, and we can move on after this. But is it a coincidence that Kuminga was not really part of any of those games, and the Warriors looked and played beautiful basketball? I don't know.
Again,
I'm asking.
Again, we're about vibes here, okay? And there's a vibe without him on the floor.
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's not that Kuminga isn't supremely physically talented. It's a vibe. It's a chemistry thing. It's a belief, knowing, and Butler and Draymond said it without saying his name, that if you're not going to do the work, you better start doing the work. And that was a message. And since that press conference, there hasn't been much of Kuminga since then. And by the way, I just wanted to do a shout out to Marky Graves reminding us that Moody's 7 threes in a quarter was the only other Warriors to do that in the history is Curry, the Splash Brothers.
Clay and Steph did it. Yeah, it's incredible. But Moody's right there now. So now Steph's going to be – Steph is such a freak in nature. Steph's going to be like, oh, Moody just tied my record. All right, I better go break that now. Because watch, Steph will go out and hit 8 threes in a quarter just so he owns that too. Anyway, it is a glorious time to watch these Golden State Warriors. Who knows where their ceiling is or what's going to happen as the season unfolds. But my kind of leaving – my – parting message, I guess, on this stud selection, which is Steph and the Warriors. Enjoy the guy while you can. You got to enjoy this guy. It's one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in pro sports, and he's still doing it. And he's 37, and he's been playing for 17 years. And like Tony said, nobody works harder than Steph Curry at his game, and the results are on the floor. So there you go.
Amen to that, buddy. Stand by.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Los D checking in as a super. Our main man, Carlos De La Fuente. What's up, Carlos? Carlos of Flex Funding.
I had a great rap with Carlos today. Carlos and I have already rapped. We got some. In fact, Tony and I still need to schedule our holiday vacations because they're going to kind of overlap in a different time. So, Tony, when you take time off, I'm going to do a few more shows, and Los and I are going to uncork our, we kind of decided this morning, unless you want to be part of it, then we can do it like before you take a vacation. But Los D and I basically confirmed we're going to do his brackets of like greatest sitcoms and all that stuff. We're going to do that as we get closer to the holidays.
Sure.
But anyway, my point is I already had a great rap with Los today. Go ahead, T.
Hell yeah. We teased that bracket on the show. We showed a little bit of that when you took a day off when you were back east. So we will, bring it back, and it's badass. It's a great bracket. But Los D says Mount Rushmore, Steph, Rice, Montana, Mays, ? And that's great. This discussion is almost impossible. It's almost an impossible discussion, Paulie, because how could you argue with those three? But I don't know how you argue with those three.
Well, you can't, but geez, Louise. I mean,
would Posey be on that? Would Posey be on that?
I feel like I got to do this on behalf of all the other kind of Giant fans that are exactly my age and from my era. Like, I have to vouch for Willie McCovey. I think McCovey's got to be at least considered up there. Like I know Willie Mays, maybe the best baseball player of all time, and you could argue that, but I would argue that I don't think any Giant has ever been as loved as Willie McCovey. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. If you're too young to have seen it, it's kind of hard to explain, but Willie McCovey owned the hearts of Giant fans. He really did. And I got to always throw that out there. Willie McCovey has got to be considered. That's all. Yeah. Just saying it.
Well, and I'm seeing it on the chat, and it was the first thing I thought of too. And I almost said it before I said Posey. Is what about Bonds?
Got Bonds. Well, there's a million of them. I mean, what about Ronnie Lott? You know what I mean? Like, where do you want to start and end with this? Los is going to start like an uprising in the community over this. Like, he had gentle little suggestion, and now like I'm getting pissed. I'm like, wait a minute. What about Ronnie? What about freaking Willie McCovey? There's so many. And what about Steve Young? Guy won a Super Bowl, for Christ's sakes.
Don't get me started on Steve Young, dude.
I want to get you started on Steve Young. By the way, it was so funny. I was talking to my kid James again because he's right there on the defund the Chiefs movement. We were talking, and he was like, "Dad, he can't throw deep. All his deep balls suck." And James is right. He threw 3 horrible downfield balls in the first quarter alone. And I just kind of offhandedly threw this out there. I'm like, he was talking about, well, all these people talk about how mobile he is and Mahomes can run and stuff. I go, no, he's not. I go, I'll take Steve Young 10 times out of 10 if you offered me the choice of Young or Mahomes. And James was like, well, duh, Dad, obviously. Like, obviously we'll take in Steve. So anyway, James is a total hater. By the way, we need to call Dave Chappelle because you and me and James and Noemi and any of you guys who were on board the movement, we need to participate in the haters ball. I realize like I am at the front of the line for the haters ball when it comes to the Chiefs, but it's it's not an act. I don't like this team. I've seen holes in their whole things since day one, and I'm finally glad that balloon is starting to pop. It makes me very happy. So I'm a hater. Yes,
dude, Mahomes did it again yesterday.
What did he do?
Scrambled and he went to the sideline and he did his little, I'm going to run out of bounds. Oh, wait, hold on, I'm going to stop. And dude, I don't understand why it was, I can't remember if it was a defensive end or a linebacker didn't just annihilate him.
Because I know they're going to get a 15-yard penalty. That's the reason.
Take the 15. Send a message. He's way too comfortable doing that.
Yep.
And then he gets a pass off.
You're right.
It was an incomplete pass, but still, why do they let him do this? Take the 15. Send him a message that you can't do this and just tiptoe and tap dance along the sideline and then all of a sudden throw a ball. It just drives me insane.
You are getting unanimous support. Stevie B, the Chiefs make me sick. Steve Groschel, take the 15. Noemi, hashtag take the 15. Don Peralta, yes. Miriam, take the 15. The lovely Miriam's getting aggro now. Take the 15. You know what, Tony? I agree with you 100%. You know you're going to get flagged either way. I said this Friday. Blow his ass up. Put your helmet right in his chest and blow his ass up.
Send him a message. Send him a message. You can't do that. And by the way, in honor of the Nutters comment,
The rules are there ain't no rules.
he basically said the rules are there ain't no rules. And so that really ticked me off.
Man. I got to pause you though, Tony, because I got to show you my hand real quick. The Chiefs are my duds. So save some of those bullets for when I get into duds. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So, this isn't a dud, but I feel like we have to mention this before we move on. Okay. And I'm going to share the screen, Paulie, and we're going to discuss this quickly.
As gentlemen. Yes. Yeah. As gentlemen. Yeah.
This guy is honorable mention. This dude. Honorable mention dud of the week, dude, because the New Orleans security.
Where are they? Where are they?
In here at any time? Care to jump in anytime?
Pause it right there. Pause it. Look at this. Can I curse real quick? Yeah, no, I won't.
Wait, let's play. Yeah, you can curse all you want, but let's play the video real quick.
Steph Curry in the pigeon. They're trying to be.
Look at this guy.
But right here, he's actually the guy on the ball.
Draymond into it. You don't want to see this. Yeah.
Oh God, I hate these little bitches. These people that think they're so entitled. Dude, first off, you ain't part of the game, bro.
No.
You ain't part of the game. Just because somebody gave you a courtside seat, you ain't in the game. They're not here to see you. You want to talk mess to somebody like Draymond. Remember when Draymond Green knocked out Jordan Poole? I would recommend this a-hole. Go look at that video. You really want that smoke, kid? You want to meet Draymond in the parking lot after the game and settle this? Or do you just want to be Mr. Tough Guy when you know Draymond's at a disadvantage? He's a professional in the middle of a game, which you are not part of. But this guy, this really pisses me off.
Me too.
When fans when they go over this line, Tony, and they think that there's no repercussions. Let me tell you what, Draymond, I applaud you for keeping your hands on your hips and keeping your cool, because this guy's talking mess because he knows Draymond cannot retaliate. But if it came down to it, in an empty parking lot with nobody around and nobody to break it up, Draymond would annihilate this fool. It would be over in 3 seconds. If you really want it, tough guy, let's make this happen. You and Draymond with nobody watching, and we'll see how tough you are then.
But this is crazy when you think about this kind of access to a professional athlete in the middle of a game. That a fan can get this close to a player in a game. And dude, the fact that security didn't bum rush this guy and gang tackle this guy is beyond. I don't get that. How could security not? And then you see they walked over and gave him a red card later. I guess that's a policy of the NBA. But it's like, dude, the fact that he was able to get this close to a professional athlete, and I would say this if it was the New Orleans player somewhere else, or if I would say this about any professional athlete and a fan being allowed to get that close to a player. It makes me, it scares me for these like professional athletes. It's like, hold, dude, they are in harm's way. And like you said, Draymond's. You want to talk about, like, if you ever wonder if Draymond's matured, show them this video.
Yeah.
So, like,
And Draymond Green, Tony, is on the receiving end of some of the most vile fan comments. Everybody hates him. And so no matter where Draymond goes, he is hearing the worst of the worst from all the fans around the NBA. He has to put up with it every single night, and he generally keeps his cool. But when it comes to this kind of nonsense, I mean, again, I applaud Draymond for keeping his cool. I applaud him for having the wherewithal to say, I'm not going to take the bait. But I know in Draymond's heart, he would have loved to have curled up his fist and just smacked this kid right in the face. And then we'll see. And I tell you what, well, I don't want to endorse violence between a pro athlete and a fan, but at the same time, I almost feel like this guy deserves to get his ass kicked. You want to be Mr. And I hate these fake tough guys, Tony, these guys that have no business. Do you want to take on a world-class athlete? Are you kidding me, bro? That ain't going to work out for you. I can promise you that. It's not going to work out for you. So anyway, Tony, give me the rest of your thoughts on this so we can move on. But it really pissed me off.
It really pissed me off too. And, you know, I guess playing devil's advocate, maybe Draymond could have just ignored it and ran down the court. But I like you said, he is the subject or object of so many vile comments throughout games when they're on the road that I don't know. He's a human being.
And he just looks like a tool. This guy just looks like an entitled rich boy tool who somehow got his ass down on those courts, and he thinks it's funny. He thinks this is all a big joke. He's laughing, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, it ain't that funny, dude. It ain't that freaking funny. And if it came down to it again, Draymond would end this fool. He would end him.
Absolutely. So it's like, I don't know. Security, how about doing a job? You're right there courtside. How about doing a job? You know, who's to say this guy isn't like, wait, nice. Hold on.
I always get, I keep my Draymond bobblehead. See, look at I got that. He's one of my bobbleheads I like to show off during the show. Draymond. I love Draymond Green, bro. Anybody would love to have Draymond Green on their show. I get it. He's, you know, you don't like him if you're playing against him, but he's going to the Hall of Fame. Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer, period.
And also, you sit courtside, you pay the ticket, whatever you can say, but stay in your seat. Stay in your seat. Don't get out.
Yeah, and don't start challenging players to some face-to-face confrontation.
Right. Yeah,
cut the crap.
Just BS, man. Just BS. So, sorry, we had to visit.
I got emotional then. I realized I was getting pretty pissed off, but I'm glad you brought that up because I kind of forgot about that, and it was good that we gave that a second because there's no room for it, bro. There's no room.
Just to break up the serious vibe on the show right now, let's just get Elf on the shelf.
Yeah, there's no room for it, man. There's no room for that kind of hostility.
Hey, Paulie, tell me what you want for Christmas, man. Please, let me know. Come on.
What do you want? What do you want, a candy cane? What do you want, a candy cane? I got one right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you like? Hot chocolate? Let's make some eggnog. Come on. I got the rum right here. Let's make some eggnog.
Yeah. Look at this little guy. Bro, this little guy might have home field in the NFC Championship, this freaking guy.
Right here. McVay on a sleigh, dude. McVay on a freaking sleigh, dude.
Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. That's the official mascot of the holiday season. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And this too.
Well, we can maybe make Mahomes one of his little elves. He can make toys for Santa or something like that. All right.
And also, by the way, just update, I'm still eating C's candy over the weekend. I'm still eating C's candy over the weekend. And
infused? Because I see the marijuana leaf there. I'm just asking.
No, this was our business plan for C's company to contact the relatives or the descendants of Mary C.
I tell you the truth, I wouldn't be surprised if Mary C twirled a couple up back in the day. Some of that old school hemp, you know, they were growing back in the early 1900s, just growing free in the countryside. She might have taken a couple of puffs. How do you come up with all those incredible flavors? A lot of the chefs, they toke a lot of herb. I know that. It kind of, you know, accentuates the creativity. So I'm saying she might have twisted a few up. I'm saying it.
I think we could sell this on a t-shirt and make a fortune. C's THC candies, Mary Jane C. Great job, Don Peralta. And great job, Fareed, aka Robot Centaur, with the Sean McVay on a sleigh, or I don't know, Sean on a shelf or McVay on a shelf. That was Fareed's work. So, Paulie, I got distracted. We were talking studs and duds. I'm gonna give my dud, and then then you're gonna give your dud, right?
I will get my dud. And after that, we should do some Longbridge love because they're waiting on deck. So Longbridge pizza. But yeah, give me your dud and then I'll give you my dud. Yes.
100%, Paulie. My dud. Oh, God. Okay. Well, I thought about giving Kyle Shanahan my dud because in the fourth quarter, when McCaffrey was still in the game and the game is well in hand, I'm like, why is McCaffrey still out there? What does he do? Why? What? You got Brian Robinson Jr., you got Garendo. Get him off the field. I was freaking out, man. I was freaking out. I was yelling at the TV because I'm like, could you imagine? Well, I'm not going to go down that road.
I know what you're saying. It's the old Booby Miles syndrome. How many of you have seen Friday Night Lights, the film Friday Night Lights? Their star running back, this kid had letters of intent to USC and Texas and all stuff. And then Billy Bob Thornton, coach, puts him in the game. They're up like 30 points. And then Booby Miles gets his knee blown out, misses the rest of the year. Same kind of situation. I'm just,
And Aaron Kask said it on the chat. He said, and Purdy too. I thought the same thing. Is why is Brock? The only thing I can think of for Brock is to get him more reps, get him more game reps. But I'm like, dude, get these guys off the freaking field. The game is in hand. I was losing my mind, dude. Kyle, appreciate. I know you.
No, I don't think you have something that you've got a point here, Tony. And by the way, Ryan Fogg, bro, 100%. You want to win, coach? Put Booby in. Let me help. Let me go get this for you. That's what he said to Billy Bob Thornton. Let me go get this for you. Put Booby in the third person. Put Paulie Mack in. All right. Anyway, thank you, Ryan Fogg. I'm with you, bro. Me and you. Friday Night Lights. Booby Miles. You're not wrong, Tony. You don't need McCaffrey on the field at that point. You just don't.
No. And dude, and God forbid something were to happen, people would lose their freaking minds, dude. So it's a long distance running, cross country running. It's a long season. It's a marathon. Dude, he had a great game. He had 81 yards rushing, 40 yards receiving. Appreciate that and get him off the field. He's the best player on the field on both sides of the field. He's the best player out there. Get him off the field. I mean, I was losing my mind. So he's a honorable mention, dud. But first, Paulie.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Okay, we got Steve Groschel's a super. I just want to get to this before it gets too far away from us. Steve Grosch, what's up, Grosch? He says Armando Benitez is upset. He is no longer on your favorite SF. Is no longer your favorite SF athlete. Yeah, dude, Armando Benitez. Yeah, no, thank you. Grosch, thank you for the super, brother. Hope you are well. See you December 5th.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, bro.
Mark Gravy Graves. He's a member for 6 months. He's a PMP VIP member for 6 months. Thank you, Mark Graves.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, man.
He goes, actual size of McVay elf. Also, fan was calling Green Angel Reese. Yeah, the fan was calling Green Angel Reese. That's, by the way, if that's your, you need to go to like
riff school or something. Yeah, because you're right. His comedy sucks too. Not only does that guy suck, a little rich boy sitting in the good seats, his comedy sucks too. So brush up, dude. Study the great ones, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and then come back. You look like Angel Reese, bro. Yeah, that's your best stuff. You suck. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And I would say actual size of Elf on the Shelf or McVay on the Shelf would probably be, I don't know, like maybe the size of the elves on the shelves that they sell in the store. But we might have to make a prototype of this, Paulie. I might get to work and make an actual physical prototype of.
I would hope so. We could bring it to the Christmas party. Let people go look for it.
Oh, this is good stuff. Okay, I'll get to work. Thank you, Gravy, for the super, and thank you for being a member of the PMP VIP. Miriam's checking in as a super, and she says Paulie's McVay voice sounds just like his Mahomes.
Is that true? I hadn't thought about. I have been accused of this before, though. A lot of people told me that my Joe Lacob sounds a lot like my Barack Obama, and now I'm getting my McVay sounds like Mahomes. Well, let's go through it. Let's go through it real quick. I listen to Miriam. She's my friend. Okay. All right, Miriam, let's try. So Mahomes is. I always go back to Max. I can't tell you how much I love that. I go back to Mahomes complaining when he was mic'd up when Max Crosby had the temerity to hit him after he released the ball.
Hey, don't hit me, dog. Don't hit dog. Hey, dog, don't hit me.
That's my Muppet. Now to McVay, I guess they're similar. Again, I'm not a professional impersonator, but I would say that McVay, I tried to make it a little rougher.
Come on, you guys. Come on. I got an elf over here.
Is it exactly the same? You got to help me. My ear, I can only do so much. I don't know.
You vary it a little bit, and it's if you got to dig deeper into the McVay. if you really want to vary it.
Yeah. I feel like the Muppets a little bit of a higher octave. McVay, but look, dude, the pictures that's all we need. But I'll work on it. Miriam, I'm always working on it. The creative process, it's an ongoing thing. It's a work in progress, if I may. And I love you, Miriam. Thank you. All right.
Okay, Paulie, my final dud is I'm gonna let the video speak for this, not me. This is my final dud. I'm gonna go back to last night, Sunday Night Football, 3rd and 8 for the Eagles, and they were on their own 37-yard line, 3rd and 8, a minute 50 to go. A minute 50 to go in the game. 16-9 Philadelphia. Okay, Detroit still has a timeout. And this is, I'll share the screen here because this is what went down. And basically, well, you guys can just watch it. Here we go. Let me get the volume up on this.
Right side, incomplete, and a flag. Flag for the contact.
Good.
With Rock Sin. And pass
Let's
interference.
let's go here. Let's go real quick.
Here on AJ.
This is pass interference right here. This is that.
Oh, come on. That is terrible.
See, even like you said, probably earlier in the show, even Collinsworth said that is terrible. That play basically sealed the win for the Eagles. If the Eagles, if that play isn't called a PI, it's 4th and 8 on the Eagles 37. I'm guessing they don't go for it up by a touchdown with less than 2 minutes to go. Detroit gets the ball back with about a minute 45 or minute 40 and a timeout. Who knows what happens, dude? And if I'm Detroit, I'm livid.
Did they still have 3 timeouts at this point? I think they had
They had one. They had one left.
Oh, they had one left? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They had one left. And it was like, are you kidding me? And dude, like I said earlier, playoff implications, man. This is and I think Steve Grosh on the chat said it earlier. He goes, this game will be talked about in January if these teams face each other in the postseason again.
Well, because the game will be in Philly now, most likely. I mean, that probably got yeah.
Boom. Exactly. So that call, I just couldn't believe that the ref had the audacity and the balls to make that call. And it wasn't even pass interference. If anything, as Collinsworth said, it was offensive PI, dude. So anyways, it's just, that's my dud of the week, the officials in the Lions Eagles game.
Leave that image up there for a second, because I totally agree with you. Perfect choice. I mean, the fact that they let the game tilt to Philly's favor with that bogus call, it's really a shame. And for the NFL being a multi-million-dollar operation, maybe billion at this point, billions of dollars, you got to let these this is not what the fans want. The fans do not want a referee taking away what was a competitive game in critical moments of the fourth quarter. It ain't about the refs. But when I look at AJ Brown, I do want to ask you a question, Tony. This is not a comedy thing. I really mean this. Look at that. That's pass interference, bro.
That's pass interference. That's a game-ending pass interference.
People are saying Yasin grabbed AJ Brown's wrist right there.
Push off. No, look at the push off on AJ Brown.
I'm just telling you what I saw. A lot of people are saying if you watch the left hand grab AJ Brown's wrist right there, like right there, he's holding his. You see that? So that's where people are saying the penalty was. But I say my counter to that is, that kind of stuff happens on every route. You got to let these guys play football. They're both jousting. I didn't like the call. I've seen far worse than that. And to let the game get decided on that there's really no excuse. And it's not what the fans want. It's not what the fans want. I mean, but I wanted to ask you about AJ Brown a little bit, who's like another perpetually unhappy wide receiver. Like, he makes news every week now about complaining about the Philly offense. Why do you think? This is a two-part thing. Why and when? When did this happen that there are so many wide receivers? And this is also a day when Jamar Chase was out here spitting on Jalen Ramsey. I mean, that's another thing. But why are these wide receivers such divas in this era? Like, what happened?
I don't know.
Jerry Rice wasn't like this. You know what I mean? Michael, all these guys, like, what happened and when did this happen that these guys became me first instead? Because it ain't about AJ Brown. It's about the team. But I don't know why are receivers such divas, that position in particular?
How can AJ Brown argue with the fact that they are 8-2 and they are reigning champions? and you're gonna.
I'd be happy. I'd
Right.
be Look at Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's numbers fell off a cliff this year, and he's not complaining. He's just out here winning football games.
Totally. And I just, hey, AJ, I don't know. I mean, AJ and Juwan and by the way, are we going to see Ayuk in this?
No,
this
no,
season?
no. I don't. You know what we should do? We got to get like a group rate on some kind of vacation package for Kuminga and Ayuk. They can go play ping pong. They could hang out like in the, St. Croix or something like that, or out in Hawaii. I don't care. But like I'm tired of disgruntled athletes for no good reason. Like AJ Brown, you're in first place, bro. You're a Super Bowl champ. Life is good. Life is good. Your numbers might be down a little bit, but it ain't about you. We got people out here saying, Noemi says it was Generation X is the last tough generation. And I think it was Lil J said it started with Moss and T.O., the diva behavior.
Sure. I mean, that's a good starting point. I just feel like this is why I love Steph Curry as much as I do.
Yeah.
Because Steph hasn't pulled that once in his 17 years.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that Terrell Owens stole our sporting green at the Niner headquarters? Do you think that's where it started? Go ahead, tell that. It's a pretty funny little story. Go ahead, tell that one. Remember that?
That's a great ball.
Right in front of us. That was the what do you give me for? In fact, I got a great what do you give me for? What do you give me for me bum rushing tables at the Vision charity event we had with Dom, where I just bum rushed, started taking people's cookies, and Terrell Owens just walking right up to us, made no bones about it, and just stole our sporting green. What do you think?
Didn't say a word.
Nothing.
Like, literally, and looked at us.
Yeah.
Like
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? And I was like, I ain't doing anything. You can have it. You got take it. Yeah.
That was something else, man. That was in the press room down at Niners facility, not the Niners facility.
Tony and I had a sports page on the table that we were looking at, and we were waiting for Mariucci to come out and do the press conference. T.O. walked right up to us, looked at us, looked at our table, saw the sporting page, just took it and walked away.
Yeah.
Oh, good to see you, T.O. See you, man.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, maybe that's what started the whole thing. All right, let me give you my duds real quick. Honorable mention, another wide receiver. I do want to at least acknowledge this Jamar Chase thing. It's got to stop. This whole spitting thing has got to stop. We had the incident with the Eagles and the Cowboys at the beginning of the year. Who's the guy that spit on Dak Prescott?
That was Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter spits on Dak Prescott on national TV. It was a Monday night game, I think, or Sunday night, something like that. And, the NFL, they step in. We're not going to, I think they gave him a 1 game suspension, if my mind serves correctly. And, but it obviously didn't work because now Jamar Chase has been caught on national TV spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Horrible look. A lot of people like Jamar Chase. I got no problem with this guy until yesterday. It's just one thing. That's a line you can't cross. You can't be spitting on other you can't spit on anybody under any circumstance. There's no justifying it. And to make it worse, Jamar Chase faced the media in the locker room after the game and flat out denied it. He just denied the whole thing. I didn't do that. I never spit on anybody, bro. We got cameras out here. We the whole world sees it. So I think he might get suspended 2 games, just a guess, because the NFL is going to have to send a message. We can't have this. But Tony, what's your view? So that's my honorable mention, dud, is just Jamar Chase for acting a fool and spitting on Jalen, who does run his mouth. Admittedly, Jalen Ramsey's like, yeah, I love talking mess. I talk trash all the time. Doesn't give you the right to spit on another human being. Tony, I'll take your reaction to that too. It was
you nailed it with one line, dude. The line was crossed. Like there's certain lines that you just don't cross. And let me play it real quick, probably for those that haven't seen it, because it's just something you should probably see. And to see. Okay, watch this. So there's Ramsey, there's Jamar Chase, and you can see the actual freaking loogie, dude. I mean, they're right there. It was right there. And I think Ramsey for a moment was like, did that just really happen?
And then he just starts swinging. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, oh man. So it's like, I don't know. Like you said, it's a line you just don't cross, man. It's kind of like, I don't know. You don't go around kicking your opposing player in the groin.
I find it hard to, but the NFL has really got to figure out what kind of league they want to be. Do they want to be a league where you allow guys to talk that kind of trash to each other to the level where it escalates to the point where guys are spitting on each other, then they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, this is the same league that yesterday during the Niners Cardinals game, I think it was McBride. I think they're tight. It was McBride. The tight end caught a pass in the first quarter, gave the first down sign, and he got an unsportsmanlike conduct for doing that. Did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
That is not like every single player does that. I'm not defending the Cardinals, but I don't know how they can justify making that call. How did McBride get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike for just signaling first down? Like, how do you explain that?
I can't. I don't have an explanation for it because it's like, what do you want, right? And
you want guys jumping around, dancing around, celebrating. Why is he not allowed to motion for a first down? I don't get it. It's not. My point is, it's not consistent.
And
really?
Hold on. Motioning for a first down. What's wrong with that?
I didn't know this.
But why is that bad for the game?
No, I don't think it is. But Scarlet Fire is saying McBride's hand gesture looked too much like a gun. Is that right? I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that either. Yeah. I don't know what's real and what's a joke now because now I got all kinds of stuff coming in. Noemi. Why don't you read Noemi's comment, Tony? I'll let you take that one. You see what Noemi just put up there? Go ahead. You see it?
No, I'm not reading it. All
right, I'm not reading, but I don't know. Noemi, I don't know what's going on anymore.
But Noemi, you rule for that comment.
Hey, all I got to say to Noemi is, hey, Noemi, I'll see you on the sidewalk. You know what I'm talking about. I'll see you on the sidewalk in a couple of weeks. All right, Tony, my real dud of the day, though, Jamar Chase, honorable mention. You won't see his ass. This is a lost season for the Bengals. They're not going anywhere. My dud, gloriously, happily, so glad to be offering this up today on a Monday, are the Kansas City Blanking Chiefs. Yeah. They are my primary dud, who are now, they have fallen to 5-5. Hey, Escobar, get a laugh track ready. Get a laugh track ready, Tony. Hey, Escobar, I don't know if you heard this or not, but if the playoffs started today, the Chiefs wouldn't make it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Not only because Escobar said he hated doing that. I got to tell you, though, that makes me pretty happy. Chiefs lose next week, dude. They're under 500. They'd be 5-6. That is definitely on the table. Why am I so happy to see the Chiefs fall on their face? They competed. It was anybody's game, actually. But they are falling on their face figuratively this season with 5 losses, 10 weeks in. I got to tell you the truth. I feel like they have been dramatically overrated throughout their run. I know they have Super Bowl title. I know. I've seen the games. I know they beat the Niners twice. Believe me, know all about it. And I'm happy to give a great team their due. I'm happy to give great athletes their due. I've never, ever thought that Mahomes was the elite of the elite that a lot of people seem to think he is. He's a quarterback who can competently run an offense, who throws a lot of screen passes. That's what he is to me. He throws a lot of screen passes. Yes. That's where most of his work is done. He rarely goes downfield. He had the one big play yesterday. That was I think it was a 53-yard pass. Longest pass he's had in a year and a half. He's not a good downfield thrower. I don't like the way he plays the game, trying to bait people into hitting them. Like Tony said when he's doing his tap dance on the side. I just don't like the way he plays the game. And I got to tell you the truth. They're going to have their hands full with the 8-2 Colts coming into Arrowhead. They better. And now I'm so glad to say Stevie B and everybody else, Andy Reid coming off a bye. F that. Okay. F that. He was 22-4 coming in. Now he's 22-5. Broncos get the win 22-19. And I just think this is reality now. I think this is reality. Mahomes yesterday, let's look at his numbers. 22 of 45. He threw a pick. He got sacked 3 times. I didn't think his performance was anything too noteworthy. I know Kelsey had a big day with the 8 catches and the all-time Chief touchdown leader, blah, blah, blah. They lost. Okay. They freaking lost. And this kind of thing, first thing, complaining. Where I took a headshot. Look at him. No, Mahomes, you didn't make the play. You got sacked. It's football. That's it. These are the reasons I don't like the Chiefs. Anyway, I'm very happy to make them.
By the way, the guy never hit his head, Paulie.
No.
The guy never hit his head.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of just accepting the fact that the Broncos made the play, he wants a penalty call because he's been getting them his whole career. Now that it's not working out for him, you ain't getting those calls anymore, man. You ain't getting them, not as often.
Nope. It was actually a great tackle by the blitzing DB. I'm sorry I don't know his name right now, but I mean it's a legit football tackle. And look at right there. There's the pause. He's got look at the hand to the head right there.
Yep.
Hand to the head, trying to get.
And he's been doing it his whole career, whining to the refs. We've seen the refs essentially escort him through the postseason. So my primary dud of the weekend are the Kansas City Chiefs now at 5-5. They are definitely looking at the possibility of they will not be in the playoffs at all. And again, my last question, Tony, will Taylor Swift break up with Kelsey if they don't make the playoffs? I said it at the beginning of the year as a joke. Now I kind of mean it. Will she break it off if they're not in the playoffs? How's that going to help her career if she can't be seen in the luxury suites during the postseason? She needs the attention, and Kelsey might not be able to give it to her. Tony, your reactions?
Well, they announced their engagement right before the opening weekend of the NFL. Shocker. So maybe if they don't make the playoffs, maybe they announce the engagement break off or the breakup at the end, right at the end of the regular season before the playoffs start. That way Tay can get, you can
find a new whoever's playing. Who else is out there now? Daniel Jones. I love Daniel Jones now. Whoever's on the big stage, that's where Taylor's going to gravitate to. And let's be honest, it's the breakup America's waiting for. Okay, it's the breakup we all want for the holidays. I think it's coming. I really do. I'm not even kidding around. I think it's coming. I think this thing is going to get called off at some point.
So good, good. Do you think Andy Reid is sick of it all?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do think he's sick of it all. I think he's been sick of the way Kelsey's behaved towards him is unacceptable. Bumping him in the Super Bowl, screaming and yelling at him. He did it again this year, dude. Dude, you ain't the head coach, Kelsey. The world does not revolve around you and Tay. You know what I mean?
That's so great about. Could you imagine Kittle? Could you imagine Kittle doing that to Shanahan? No. I couldn't imagine.
No, of course not. No, dude, of course not. Of course not, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, unfortunately, Juwan Jennings did it to Shanahan. He didn't bump him, but he got in his face. And it's like, dude, my opinion of Juwan changed instantly after that happened. I mean, I tried to, and I don't care. Say that he's a competitor, say he wants the ball. That's not the time to do it. And especially after you just lost Fred Warner for the year. That's not the time to do it, Juwan.
No, it's not at all. By the way, Arkansas Dave, I like your style, man. Arkansas Dave says he's surprised the NFL doesn't have their wedding as the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Great call. Just marry him on the 50-yard line. You know what I mean? With all the Swifties throwing rice and confetti. All right, Tony. Well, the duds are in the books. The studs are in the books. Great win for the Niners. They got Monday night at Levi's with the Panthers coming in. Oh, and if I didn't say this, I'm sorry. Warriors off today. They're in Orlando tomorrow. Any quick thought? Because we're going to wrap the show in a minute here, but we're going to give Longbridge some love. Any thought on Cowboys Raiders tonight? You got Rags on one side. You got Amy Trask on the other. Who you going with, T?
Wow. Boy.
Not in terms of those two people. We love them both. I'm just saying with the game tonight, you got any vibe at all? Kind of disappointing, really. Two teams way under 500.
I love those people both. I love both those people that you mentioned. Yes, Paulie. And I'm rooting for the Raiders. I mean, no offense, Rags, but I'm rooting for the Raiders. I'd love to see Pete Carroll and the Raiders get a W. And it's in Vegas, correct? It's Cowboys.
I like the way you just said W.
Yeah, W.
Get a W. I like that. A double. Yeah. I like that. A W. Anyway, just I like the way it sounded. Go ahead, T.
Get the win, buddy. Get the win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I assume the Cowboys win that game.
They should. I mean, right? I mean, the Raiders are so hapless out there, man. I would think that the Rags Cowboys are going to take care of biz tonight.
Oh, we need to do a wellness check on Rags if they don't win the game.
Dude, that'll be a real low point. If the Raiders sack up and win this game tonight, Rags might not even be coming out of his house for a few weeks. By the way, Los D checking in. How about I love it, Los. I freaking love it. Why doesn't Taylor Swift just dump Kelsey now and start dating Fat Dom? It's a great call, dude. To start dating Fat Dom. I'm all Fat Dommed out, by the way. I really am.
By the way, dude, Greenlaw and Hufanga playing their asses off yesterday. They must have doubly loved that win beating Mahomes yesterday. I meant to mention that way earlier in the show, dude, but Hufanga almost had a great pick in the fourth.
He did. He did. Dude. I know.
Great.
He's a great guy, man. And so is Greenlaw, too. Remember we were hanging with Greenlaw at that Dwight Clark event a couple of years ago? He's just a really cool guy.
Yes.
Drake Greenlaw.
I'll root for him for the rest of his career. I really will, because I was just thrilled to see him out on the field again. And he's been through hell.
Hell is for children, Tony. Pat Benatar, or Hell in a Bucket, whatever you want to do. Your favorite hell song is Hell's Bells, Tony. Yeah.
Louder Than Hell, Motley Crue Theater.
Nice. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. AC/DC again. There's two. Yeah.
Bad Out of Hell, Meatloaf.
Nice. How about Ronnie James Dio era Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell?
How about Hell is for Children?
I said that started the whole affair.
Damn
Yeah.
Damn it. Sorry, I was
Because hell is for children. I'll back Benatar all day. I got her back.
Or remember Dan Cilio used to say HE double hockey sticks. He wouldn't say the word hell on the radio. He would say HE double.
Well, that was the least of his. I mean, Danny Cilio, listen,
Dude,
you know.
He invented about a really quick side note.
Yeah.
So Paulie and I used to work with this guy named Dan Cilio who played for the Miami Hurricanes, played a cup of coffee with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anyways, he had trouble with he had trouble with his grammar and his he would make Rod and Dan were doing a show together. Rod Brooks, Dan Cilio, and Rod noticed that Dan was wearing new slides, like new slides, and Dan goes, "Oh, I love these new slides, man. They just have I love them because they have great gription." And Rod paused for a second and said, "Did you just say gription?"
Yeah,
And
there's
then
no
he-
such word in the English language.
And then Rod made a whole thing of it. Like, he goes, "We're making up words now. Gription." It was a great moment, dude. So
I saw Cilio. I saw him, man, at one of the Super Bowls, maybe 10 years or so ago. Still the same, wearing a sweatsuit, matching sweatsuit, tops and bottoms. Used to Danny Cilio. He had a heart of gold, though. I think
he did. He did. He
Yeah.
was the one that called me Cue Ball for the first time, and that's how the name stuck, Cue Ball, until you started calling me Creative Tony. So
I remember that, and I got to say, Danny Cilio. And a lot of times, like I got to judge people only on my experiences with them. And when I first got on the mic at the Ticket 1050, he was super cool to me, and he took me to a Warriors game. And we sat like right underneath the basket. Like we were like in the second row on the floor. So I was like, how do I not like Dan Cilio? He was really cool to me back then. But anyway, let's do this. Tony, Longbridge Pizza. They've been waiting all day. They've been waiting all freaking day. And we heard from, dude, I'm telling you again about Neil Donardi. This guy is up. I think he's up for like a Nobel Peace Prize at this point, or he should be if he's not. I'm minding my own business on Saturday. I'm hanging out, and I was actually getting ready to watch some college football. By the way, what a game between Bama and Oklahoma. There were some really good games over the weekend. I watched the Bama-Oklahoma game. Huge win for the Sooners going down there and winning in Bama. But in any case, I'm sitting there watching, Tony, and all of a sudden my phone starts beeping. It's beeping. I look down. It's Neil Donardi, and he goes, "Hey, let's go to the Primus show on 12:30. They're playing New Year's Eve too, but I'm going to pass on that one. But I am going to go with Neil on December 30th. Come on out if you want to get weird with us. We'll be there. There is no weirder night available in the world other than a night out with Primus and Les Claypool. That's for the black belts of weirdness, and I like to be part of that. So
I got talking to Neil about that show, Paulie, and I'm going to try and make it, but I'm also
please
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Don't be scared. I'll be with you the whole time. I'll hold on to you. We'll be laughing. We'll be riffing. Tony, did I tell you the last time I saw Les Claypool and the Flying Frog Brigade at the Fox in Oakland a couple of years ago? Tony, I bought one of the frog hats. I own one. Nice. I do. So I might wear my frog hat to the Primus show. Oh,
look at the Detroit style pizza. This is Thursdays, the Detroit style pizza. Look at that. Look at that. Just outstanding. But also greatest sandwiches in history from the Gabagool times. They
made up their own newspaper. Times, dude. The Gabagool times.
Gabagool times. And so but I can't read the actual script, but
doesn't matter. I'm just watching the visual. It's fantastic. Yeah,
they're making the gabagool there. That is their Italian cured meat sandwich that they make on Wednesdays. And then you got tomorrow. They're closed today, but tomorrow you got the Smack Stack Burger. Look at that thing. And
that looks amazing. God,
see. So it's not just the pizza. We rave about the pizza, of course, and it's the sourdough pizza, the crust that we love. But also, they got great burgers. They have great. Look at the great. That's a Smack Stack right there. Great burgers, great sandwiches, and also the square pies, the Detroit style square pies on Thursdays.
Let me salute the creators of this video. That is very effective because it looks great and it's making me hungry as hell. So I'll add that to the list. Louder than hell, bad out of hell, hungry as hell. That's my first single. I really am. I got to go eat lunch in a second here. So, but anyway, Longbridge Pizza, listen, the proof is right there. You see the kind of damage they're doing. Neil Denardi is a madman in the kitchen. All of the chefs. Then you got the whole Vibe tribe down there. You got Steven, you got Andrew. I mean, all these guys, Andre, great group of guys. A lot of you have met all of them already at the PMP parties we've had. Neil will be on hand for the Christmas party at Standard Deviant. They're right up the street from Longbridge. So Neil will come strapped with a couple of pizzas. I'm sure of it. And we look forward to that very much. And in the meantime, I can tell you this, though. The one thing is Longbridge is closed today. Monday is Neil's day of rest. Let the guy put his feet up, watch Monday Night Football like a gentleman. But he'll be back at it tomorrow. So you want to go watch that Warrior game in Orlando? Pull into Longbridge, man. Grab a pie, grab a couple beers, and watch the Warrior. Look at my guy. I'm telling you right now, the face, the mug of a Denardi, the vibe of a Denardi. Look at Andrew. These are good people right here, man.
Yeah, at some point we should show this video. It's a great expose on Longbridge Pizza when they celebrated their 10-year anniversary. I think this February will be their 12th or their 13th. This coming February, but it's a great video. We should show it in its entirety with volume and everything. Maybe Wednesday night flight, but there's Neil right there. So
I can tell you, Andrew, when we had the Markoulis, when we had the Warriors Roundtable event with Brooksy and Tom Tolbert, and a lot of you were there. Turns out at the end of the night, that was the night of the 14-inning Dodger game, the World Series game. They just kept going and going and going and going. When I left, it turned out that it was Andrew and Nikki DiFrancesco. They were the last two guys standing in that room. So, and I can't wait for our Christmas party. I know all those boys are going to come on over and hang with us. But in the meantime, please do support Longbridge Pizza. Laid back vibe, serious pizza, South San Francisco's finest. He's a South City boy repping, and they are located 2347 3rd Street. Place an order to go, place an order for delivery, or just pull in, drop anchor, and enjoy yourself. Thank you, Longbridge. We love you, and we appreciate you very, very much.
Paulie, and to quote this post from Longbridge Pizza, it says, "Turn on, tune in, bite down. Gabagool is not a sandwich, it's a state of mind."
It is.
And it says one bite and you're through the portal. Dude.
I got to say, too, I got to run, Tony, because I got to go grab my copy of the Gabagool Times. You know what I mean, dude? The Gabagool Times. Hey, we're going to end the show today with our final super, and it comes from Pine Needle, one of the generous members of the PMP Army out there.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't see Stevie B. I'm sorry. I didn't even know.
Needle first. Do Pine Needle first. He says, wait, what?
Pine Needle is what?
That's not. He's saying he's guessing that's going to happen, or that it happened.
I think it probably means that it just happened. I'll try to confirm that right now too, and I would expect as much. I mean, like I said, it warrants a suspension. I think it would be a 2-game suspension. Let's see what I can find here.
I'm just seeing that it says there's people are.
I don't have it as confirmed yet. I don't have that but it's all good. Pine Needle, I'm sure that's where it's headed, bro. Unless you got a hold of a story I don't have access to, but I don't see it as official news yet. You know what I do see, though? Here we go. 49ers to search for kicker again with Pinheiro hurt. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. They're going to have to find somebody to fill in the gap while Eddie De Niro gets healthy and rehabs the hammy. But thank you, Pine Needle. I'm sure the suspension is coming, or maybe you've seen a report I haven't seen yet. But thank you, Pine Needle. And then give me Stevie B. I didn't mean to diss him. I didn't even know he was out there, T.
No, you're not dissing at all, Paulie. And also thank you, Pine Needle, for this right here. This is compliments of Pine Needle. So
is it? Oh, it's good. Perfect. I didn't know that. Thank you, Pine Needle, contributing in many, many ways. Dude, that image I was laughing at all weekend long. Thank you, Pine Needle. You're my bro, man.
And Stevie B just summing it up in a nutshell. Thank you for the super, Stevie B, and thank you, Pine Needle, for the super. Great W, but the D, no sacks. Dude, no sacks, Paulie. 488 total yards, NFL record, 47 completions allowed. Now Bethune out too. Solid needs to ditch pillow, soft zone, and dial up pressure. I couldn't have said it better myself, Stevie. And Paulie, dude, 47 of 57. Jacoby Brissett was 47 of 57. That's crazy numbers. The most completions in an NFL game ever. That's wild.
No, it is bonkers. Yeah.
Bethune, it's a high ankle sprain. He's supposed to have testing done today. If it came out during our show, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But at least they have one extra day to maybe if it's a high ankle sprain, then yeah, it's not going to be good.
No, they never are. Although I do remember Jimmy Garoppolo came back and played with the high ankle sprain in the playoffs and had a pretty good run. It can be done, but I know it's a really bad injury.
Yeah, high right ankle sprain will miss a few weeks. God bless America.
That's just the freaking parade goes on, man. The parade of injuries just continues to go on. All right, well, we'll end it on that note, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll have more information on the injuries, the suspensions, all the stuff. Let today unfold. We'll pick it up tomorrow at high noon. We'll pick up right where we left off. And Creative Tony, fun show today. A lot going on. Defund the Kansas City Chiefs. Go Niners, and take us home. Let's do it.
Everybody, defund the Chiefs forever, and
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time.
Ooh, look at my guy. See, Tony, I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate your skills. That was well done. The timing couldn't have been better. You're a mad scientist. I'll see you in like 30 seconds for the Cron recap. And then all y'all, I'll see everybody else tomorrow. Rags, good luck tonight, buddy. I hope it works out for you. And we'll discuss it tomorrow. Creative Tony, I got to go eat lunch. I'm hungry as hell. That smash burger, that was it. That pushed me over the line. Let a brother eat his lunch, and I'll talk to you, T. What do you got?
All I want to say on the way out, Noemi, you nailed it. Hashtag take the 15. Hashtag take the 15.
Blow up the Muppet. More on that tomorrow. Everybody have a great Monday. Go Rags, and cheers, y'all. See you at high noon tomorrow.
Later, guys.